What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. What has been very interesting to me in the first week and a half of Donald Trump's presidency is, him trying to set a strong tone that he's going to be a much different leader than that of Joseph Biden. That's been the first thing. But secondarily, the issue that comes to mind is that Snoop Dogg was so against Donald Trump. I'm not even going to play those clips because you guys have saw that, all right? And he was saying that Donald Trump was a racist. Anybody who supported Donald Trump was a racist. He even went and said that anybody else who would do what Donald Trump is doing or performing for him is a house N-word. He went into great detail. And of course, we saw him doing the exact same thing that he's criticizing others about. And I'm not very fond of D.L. Hughley politically, all right? D.L. Hughley is a very staunch Democrat, is a real Democrat. Like he will die one, all right? I don't like his political strategy at all. But that doesn't mean I don't love D.L. Hughley. But D.L. Hughley has been calling out Snoop Dogg for the last week. And he had something very logical to say.
That was Donnell Jones, you know what's up. So, of course, Snoop has responded to the backlash he received for performing for a Trump event. One of the things he pointed out was that we always stick together. We're good at tearing each other apart, which is pretty constant. It's pretty consistent when somebody gets into trouble. It takes backlash from the community. It's always a communal thing. It isn't any action they took. It is the fact that we can't stay together, that we can't stick together, that it's us always attacking us. But that flies in the face of the reality of what's happening right now. It is not us who are tearing down affirmative action. It is not us who is tearing down DEI. It is not us who are tearing families apart. It is not us who have decided that affirmative action and rollbacks that have been that had precedent for 50, 60 years are gone. It is not us that is doing that. It is the man you decided to perform for. It is not us who ridiculed you. It was Elon Musk who showed your clip from 2017 and another from 2025 and said the vibe shift is real. It wasn't us that did that. It is. I think most people are disappointed because they saw you a specific way, and you have a right to kind of interpret and do whatever artistically you want to. No one's begrudging you that. But why the attack on the community? Because they disagree with something you did. You performed for a guy they knew would do what he's doing. But it's us that have the problem. It's us that are wrong. It is us that can't stick together.
Now, I want to deal with this because here's what I want to say about the black community in general. And I'm talking about those on the left. Whenever something is wrong or something is happening, you will often see that somebody is going to say, well, you know what? I'm still a black man. I'm still black, right? And that is the excuse, pretty much saying that, you know what? I'm going to be able to do or say whatever I feel like saying. And it's going to be okay because I'm a black man. As long as I am a black man, it's okay. And D.L. Hughley is pointing that out. Well, why are you coming after the community and not being accountable for what is going on? But see, D.L. Hughley doesn't understand that this behavior he's actually a part of, and so are other black people in the Democratic Party. Him, Roland Martin, same thing with Kamala Harris. You guys are talking about vote for her, she's a black woman. When somebody brings up the fact that she's with a white man, what does D.L. Hughley say?
You're telling me you're not going to vote for her because she has a white husband? Then we're not the same. But if you're going to say she has a white husband, you better have a black wife when you say it. Don't tell me that somebody's Latin or Asian. I think that shouldn't be the predicate anyway. But if you are accusing her marital choices, you better make sure yours are in line with the accusations you make. We are not the same if these are, well, she ain't black enough. I tell you what, she's a black woman. She went to Oakland. She's from Oakland. She went to an HBCU. She's an AKA. She had a boyfriend named Willie. And she got a name, first name that's hard for everybody to pronounce. It sounds different than it's spelled. That's black enough for me. But what I do know for sure is that she can win if we decide it is so. And if that is not your goal, we are not the same. Your we and my we are not the same.
You find a way to make an excuse for it. Instead of addressing the argument, you then attack the people making the argument and blame it on them. That's black enough for me. No. Deal with what they're asking. Because we all know that if it's the other way around, we can't have a black man with a white woman and get the black community support. So you want Snoop Dogg to be accountable for attacking the black community when it's the community that you don't agree with in the black world. When they have discussions and things they want to say, you also do the same thing. And that is exactly why black Democrats can't achieve anything. They can't, because there's no level of accountability anywhere. Nobody is loyal to the race. Nobody is loyal to doing the right thing. Everybody is focused on money. Nobody is focused on the community. Everybody can come back to that, I'm still a black man. And it washes away everything. There's no penalty to pay. And that's what happens when you don't have ownership of your community. That's the one thing that we have not figured out. See, everybody is talking about this DEI thing, and we need to have blacks and opportunities to be able to get hired and get jobs. Let me tell you this respectfully. The last 50 years, with all of this DEI stuff, affirmative action stuff, we have not seen black America get better, okay? What we've seen is more black people into somebody else's communities and not developing their own communities. So basically, you can always be bought at any particular time. And that's what's happening. They are always bought. There's no development. I just don't really see how many of these things, and I get it, we deserve those things, but is it making black people more self-sufficient to focus on their community? No, it is not. And that's exactly why you can't punish somebody like Snoop Dogg. You have to own a part of your community to be able to cancel somebody. You can't really cancel Snoop Dogg because you can't pay him. Snoop Dogg don't get his money from y'all, okay? Snoop Dogg ain't got no money from the black community, probably until, when Doggy Style came out in 94 when he got on, and that's been it. Everybody else that signs a check from Snoop Dogg is not even black. So when you can't pay nobody in the community because nobody owns any businesses, then who cares? Don't nobody care. No one cares. And y'all might not like what I'm talking about, but they don't. Nobody gives a damn about how you feel. Nobody gives a damn about they just don't care. So nobody's accountable to each other. That's why black democratic cities and a lot of African American goals never make it, because you don't own them, we don't own them. It's somebody else's agenda. We don't have an agenda. The agenda is just let's individually get the bag. There is no self-sacrificing nowhere. So DL Hughley wants Snoop Dogg to sacrifice. But you ready to trade the black community in for Kamala Harris, who already told you that we wasn't gonna get reparations. So now the black community is in a situation where now it's gonna be doing for self. And I'm gonna be honest, I think really that's gonna make us and force us to get better. We've had these things. I'm not saying that we don't deserve them. Of course we deserve them. Don't get me wrong. But we figured out we haven't worked with our people in a long time to achieve anything. And the more they give us, the more that we're relying upon things, we're not creating for our own communities. And we would have more money if we were creating for ourselves. We have to figure these things out. And Snoop Dogg, he creating for himself. He looking out for the bag for his people, because Snoop Dogg can't get no money with y'all, flat out. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Usher Addiction. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Screw the bill. We're out.